You can't live with the
Swedish weather.
no, the what is it called when the sun goes down, you know? It's dark. Very dark, you know.
What do you think? People in Sweden travel a lot?
Yes, they do travel a lot. Now they've been missing a lot traveling, so now this year I think when they opened again, they are very happy to go out abroad again.
My name is Karen. I lived in Sweden for 10 years now, and I'm originally from the Philippines.
Okay.
Yes, the people in Sweden travel more when it comes to financial.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I am recording this video in the month of August. It's first week of August 2022. It's still sunny. We are still enjoying the sun till it lasts, and Sweden is not yet back from its summer vacation mood. Not all the people are back to work, and if you're living in Sweden or if you're working in Sweden, you know from mid of June till mid of August, it's mostly shutdown period. Most of the employees, they go on summer vacation and they enjoy this summer holidays, this sun. And since I have also been to one of my summer vacation, we have been to Germany, many places like Munich, Berlin and other places in Germany. I have shared my travel experience here. Please do not forget to watch. And when I was working on this video, when I was browsing my mobile gallery, all of a sudden I have realized that I have started traveling more since I moved to Sweden. In general, when I was living in Dubai or I was living in India, I used to travel, but not as much as I was traveling now. And then I was making a note of reason that why, since I moved to Sweden, why I am traveling so much. And I have asked a few of my friends, is it happening with them also? Are they also feeling that okay, they're traveling more or they are having lot many experiences? Is this like a part of, have become a part of
I haven't
life?
traveled before when I was in the Philippines.
Oh wow. Oh, wow.
So when I met my partner, then we started traveling together. Yeah.
I have asked to random people on road.
Yes. This people is more from Belgium.
So I thought to make a list that why do I think people living in Sweden travel more compared to people living in other country. You can call it advantages, benefits, reasons or whatever you want to call it. But I think these are what I'm going to share, these are the reasons that I personally think, or many people who are living with me or many people who have shared their experiences with me think that these are the reasons why people living in Sweden or why Swedish people travel so much. And if you are from some country where you think no, you travel more than people living in Sweden, please write me in comment section. I would really love to explore that country. I would really love to visit people living from that country and get the new perspective.
Is a vacation. My English.
The first and very important reason I would say is, at least to me, I felt it, that your summer vacation, so there is a thing called a semesterlagen, vacation law. So by law, every employee is allowed to take allowed to take 5 weeks or 25 days of working, 25 working days of leave, and you can take all the leave in one go. You can take all the 5 weeks of leave, like it's practically okay, which was not possible when I was working in Dubai or when I was working in India. It's not easily acceptable by your management, by your manager or by your seniors. You will not get such a long leave in one go. Either you have to get married to ask for such a long leave, or you have to be really sick to ask for such a long leave. It's not quite normal, but that's not the case here. You are completely allowed to take that leave, and your manager will not bother you. And most of the Sweden, if you're working with any of the company located in Sweden, then you know in the month of June, July, also till mid of August, most of the Swedish employee, they go on leave. You will not get prompt reply, and it is okay. You are not supposed to bother them when they are on leave. and you get a prior notice. So everybody is prepared for this. Employers are completely prepared for this, that okay, these 2 months are like, you know, not a very high priority months, and everybody plan accordingly. So I think that's a privilege, I would say, of working in Sweden. So if you get the opportunity of working in Sweden, so please take this factor also in consideration. I'm repeating this again and again because this is for the first time since I have started working. I have almost 8 to 9 years of experience. So, but this is for the first time since I have started working. I have taken such a long leave and peacefully, without being bothered or without having that subconscious thought in my mind. Also, important thing about this vacation is you're not allowed to carry forward this leave. It will lapse. If I don't take all my leaves in 2022, it will not be carried forward to 2023. So I have to make sure that I take all the leaves in 2022. I utilize all my leaves so that it will not lapse. So I think, to me, I think this is one of the prime reason why people in Sweden are encouraged to travel
When
more.
it comes to financial, we have better lives in Sweden, I must say, and we can afford to travel. And maybe not everyone, but at least the closest countries, yeah, you know, the Scandinavian countries like Norway and Denmark. Yes, yeah.
Second prime reason I think is your finances. So if you have social security in Sweden, which most of the people have, if you have personal number, then you have social security. So if you have social security, your medical expenses is covered and your kids' education expenses is covered. So major expenses are covered with your social security, so you don't have to save a lot. Then you can afford to travel to many countries. I think that one aspect of finance.
Also, other factors why people in Sweden like to travel a lot. They have more money, and as Lucas here said, the weather here is.
To me personally, Sweden is quite expensive compared to other, especially Stockholm. It is quite expensive city compared to other cities within Europe or cities from outside Europe also. At least to me, I don't know what your experience is, but to me, Sweden is quite expensive. So when I travel to different places, I feel I have money to spend. I can afford things. I can travel to those places. I have to just manage my traveling, you know, flight expenses or the travel expenses. Rest of the things are not as.
10 years after living in Sweden now, I get it why we have people in Sweden have this, you know, opportunity to travel because of the living, because of the economic, you know, stability.
Yeah.
So it's way better.
That ways, cost of living in Sweden is high, so you get to pay. You get paid accordingly. So when you travel to these different places, you feel like okay, you can afford to travel. You can afford to eat out, book hotels, just manage your flight tickets. So what else? You have time, you have money. Just pack your bag and travel.
Shop with stuff from India. Incense, clothes, jewelry and bedsheet, and yeah, almost everything that you find in India. So if I travel to India and I get it there. Otherwise, now during the crisis, I was doing WhatsApp. I had old connections, and so it was good.
Wow, what's the name of your shop?
Beauty of India.
Another benefit of living in Sweden is Sweden is part of EU, European Union. So if I have a visa to live in Sweden, then I also have a visa to travel to all the 26 EU countries. It's so easy, you just have to book your tickets and fly. So it's like going to any other city, but at the same time not going to any other city, going to other country.
Actually, Hong Kong was the first country, and then in Spain. So it was like wow. Yeah. There are a lot of especially the older ones, or sorry, those who, you know, plan to settle in a warmer climate. It's Spain because it's like 4 hours, 5 hours, I think, if I'm right, away from the cold. when it's winter in Sweden.
If you are a Swedish citizen, of course, your passport is so powerful, your passport is so strong, then you get access to so many countries. if you are a Swedish resident, you still have access to 26 European countries, which is amazing.
It's different for everybody. For me, I would like to have a nice little like tree house in the Caribbean. Yeah.
Probably Mexico. Iran.
When I talk about European countries, every European country is so diverse, so different than other. Germany is completely different than Italy or Greece or Spain, Denmark or Finland. So when you have access to such a diversity, when you have access to so different countries, it's all the more attractive, it's all the more, you know, tempting to travel. So I think that's also one of the reason why people living in Sweden have access, have money, have vacation, would really love to travel to these places, because every country has their own history. There are so many museums, cathedral, art galleries, party places, beers, food to eat, so many things to explore. So absolutely there's nothing holding you back. This one is funny, at least in my head it sounded funny to me, is peer pressure, because most of the people have the plans. Most of the people, like July month is fixed for the travel vacation, everybody goes on vacation, and to me it was not short plan. Most of our travel plans are quite spontaneous. It is not planned weeks or months ahead of time, and it's quite spontaneous. So when we were filling this travel like vacation sheet at my office, so that everybody is updated, okay, when, who is going when, I was feeling quite left out from the discussion. Okay, what's your plan? And I was like, no, I have to have some kind of plan, that no, I am also traveling, I am also going on this crazy summer vacation, I have some plan. So it was kind of a pressure for me to have a plan. And in general, Swedish people or people living in Sweden are quite active. You ask them, there is a winter sports, there is a summer sports, there is sports for every season, which is quite unusual for me. But here people are so active, either they are going to gym, running, swimming, or playing some sport, doing some activity. Everybody is active. So I feel sometimes left out. So it's like you have to have some plan, you have to travel, because in general, when I talk to my colleagues, they have traveled to so many countries, so many different places, so many different experiences. I feel like, no, I also have to have so many experiences. I have not done enough in my life. So I have to do more, and that's the pressure, that's the energy I want to have, and I want to travel more.
Our summer is little not so sure if it will be warm or not warm. So instead of waiting will be the Swedish summer will be good or bad, so then they go to warmer countries, so they get some good sun on their vacation.
I mostly think it's because you know, the weather here most of the time, you know, it never gets really warm. So, you know, we like to experience the exotic countries such as maybe Mexico or Spain or something, you know, probably warmer than Sweden.
Yeah, true. Facts.
Weather plays its part in making people travel, of course, because sun is so limited in Sweden. In Nordic countries, you have summer only for few months, and winter is so harsh, it's so dark.
The weather here is now, you can't live with the
Swedish weather.
no, what's it called when the sun goes down, you know? It's dark, very dark, you know? Yes, and you get the depression, anxiety, D-vitaminen, they go ner, not very good, you know?
In winter,
Yeah.
you know, we don't have a lot of sun in the winter.
It's not only about darkness in winter, it's about all the silence. Now in summer, if I go out, all the restaurants are open, people are playing, eating, dancing, and doing a lot of activity. Everybody is shopping. You just go out, you will find people around you, they are shopping, everybody is happy, colorful, dressed up, all, you know, ready for the summer to take this sunlight. But in winter, this all vanishes away, everything gets silence. You will not find people around you, so much of ice, cold, not pleasant weather, no sun. So it gets so calm, that you need to travel, you need to get out of this at least for some time to change your life, to freshen up your mood. So I think weather plays a prime role in making people to travel. You can't have this continuously going on, this calmness. It's wonderful, of course, it's nice, you enjoy it, I enjoy it, but you also need a little bit of break from this weather, and you should travel, you must travel. I think that's also one of the encouraging factor that makes people to travel. One thing that I genuinely believe is the reason of Swedish people exploring, or Swedes exploring the world more, is Swedish society in general like to develop a independent youth, a independent next generation. You might have heard that young kids, they move out from the house, they separate out from parents, start living independently, take care of their bills, take care of their responsibility. And I personally think that's when the exploring starts. That's when the exploring and traveling and experiencing new things starts. And that's how the habit gets developed, that you really would like to travel the world, see new things, experience everything, and you're free to go anywhere and everywhere if you are able to manage your finances. I think that's a wonderful thing, and that's the one thing I would say the world should take from Swedish society, is to develop an independent youth, and they are free to go, they are free to explore, travel the world and experience everything that is possible. This was the list of reasons that why I think Swedish people travel more compared to people living in any other country. Do you agree with me? If yes, please write your reason. Why do you think Swedish people or people living in Sweden travel more? And if you do not agree, please write me from which country are you, and or people from which country do you think travel more than people from any other part of the world.